Hey folks, welcome back. If you're digging through the endless AM5 motherboard options trying to figure out what gives you the best bang for the buck or the best combo of features, performance and visual appeal, well, the NZXT N9 X870E might be amazing for you. On paper, it's the NZXT's first high-end AM5 board, rocking the new X870E chipset with all the goodies, bells and whistles you'd expect. PCIe Gen 5, USB 4.0, Wi-Fi 7, DDR5 support of course, and super clean aesthetics. But once you take a closer look, you'll start noticing something very familiar, and that's because under all those masks and minimalism that NZXT put on, we are looking at ASRock X870E Nova Wi-Fi board in disguise. So let's go through everything you need to know. Looking for affordable Windows or Office keys? Look no further, I got you covered. Head over to scdkey.com, pick your Windows edition, use my discount code LE25 to get a 25% on any Windows or Office products. Once you complete your order, after a few seconds you will receive your code. In Windows, go to Settings, there should be an Activate Windows prompt at the bottom. Click that, enter your code and wait for Windows to finish activation. To check the activation status, use the command prompt with the command slmgr.vbs/xpr and you should receive a notification that the machine is permanently activated. Once again, use code LE25 at scdkey.com. NZXT stays true to their sleek packaging style. No gamer fonts or RGB dragons here. Inside the box you get the essentials: two SATA cables, Wi-Fi 7 antenna, some fan and ARGB splitter cables, and a quick style guide with a QR scanning code. And of course, here is the board itself. It's wrapped in matte coated armor with that signature NZXT clean look. This board comes in both black and white variants with subtle RGB lighting on the edges. I mean, it's actually on the IO shield only. No crazy lighting zones here, it's just enough to keep things from looking boring inside a glass side panel of your PC build. Well, it's an ASRock board, but not quite. If you've seen the ASRock X870E Nova Wi-Fi review, and if you haven't, check out the link somewhere in the corner. This one's is going to give you serious deja vu. That's because the PCB layout is pretty much the same. Power delivery, same. Slot positioning, so same. Component layout is also the same. All of those mirror the Nova board. But NZXT has done a great job slimming all that down in their design language. There are some things missing here compared to the Nova board. There are no rear backplate, no shield on the back of the board, no PCI X1 slot, and there is no fifth NVMe slot. The VRM setup is the same. It's a 20+2+1 phase design using 110 amps SPS MOSFETs with dual small fans hidden under the sleek heatsinks on the IO shield. These fans are whisper quiet, no worries, and they are semi-passive by default and you're not going to hear them at all, and they do help with cooling under sustained loads. And if you have OCD, you can turn them off completely in the BIOS, so no worries there. The PCB is 8 layers, and just like on the Nova board, they're using 2 ounces copper layers for better thermals and signal integrity. It's all good stuff. It supports AMD AM5 CPUs, those include Ryzen 7000, 8000 and 9000 series CPUs. There is a 2 8-pin EPS CPU connectors up top for crazy power juice delivery for your brand new CPU. 4 DDR5 DIMM slots with support for up to 256 GB and up to 8000 plus megatransfer per second. Expo and XMP profiles are of course supported. The DIMM slots are the one latch design, so push down only on one side and latch on the other one. And here is where things start to get fun. You get a total of 4 M.2 slots. The first Gen 5, the top slot, the closest to the CPU, is of course the Gen 5, and there are 3 Gen 4 slots, all under a metal heatsink. And yes, they learned from the past mistakes, so they had this on the previous board that was only a plastic cover, and here it is completely metal cover with, metal heatsink, proper heatsink with thermal pads and everything on it. All of them come with toolless latches and decently thick heatsink, although only the top Gen 5 slot has double-sided cooling and more beefier heatsink. The toolless mechanism here is super clean, just pop the pin and the heatsink comes off. To install an NVMe drive, you just need to click it in place and it will lock itself in. And of course, just click back the heatsink in and you're done. And this is one of the best implementations of the toolless design I have seen across any motherboards. Also, because of the PCIe lane allocation, you don't lose any NVMe functionality when you have all 4 slots populated. So there's no sneaky lane sharing, which is a huge for creators and pros needing all the drives. So all the drives here are running full speed. I tested them, they run all the time at full maximum speeds. 4 SATA ports are also available in total, 2 via the chipset and 2 via the ASMedia ASM1061 controller. Regarding the PCI and expansion slots, you've got the first full-length PCI Gen 5 X16 slot, it's reinforced, and there is also one PCI Gen 3 X16 slot, but it's only actually X2 wired, just like on the ASRock Nova board. The missed opportunity here, in my opinion, is with the first PCI slot. There is no easy release system like on the Nova board. Classic style here, sometimes it's hard to reach when you need to remove the GPU from the first slot. The rear I/O includes 2 USB 4.0 Type-C, these are the 40 gigabits via the ASMedia ASM4242 controller, just like on the Nova board. 5 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-A ports, 3 USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports, and 2 USB 2.0 ports. There is also a clear CMOS and BIOS flashback buttons here, as well as Wi-Fi 7 antenna outputs. We also have here the 5 gigabit LAN powered by the Realtek RTL8126 controller. The slimmed down audio here is only with the microphone in and line out and SPDIF, and it's powered by the Realtek ALC4282 codec. The odd choice here again is that there are absolutely 0 ports for the integrated graphics that comes in the AMD CPUs now, so no HDMI or display ports present here. The internal ports are as follows: 2 EPS 8-pin ports, 2 PWM fan headers, 1 NZXT 8-pin fan and RGB combo header for the new F-series fans, and 1 proprietary NZXT RGB connector. On the right side, from top to the bottom, Dr. Debug LED indicator, physical power and reset buttons, 24-pin power connector, front USB-C connector, and front USB 3.0 angled connectors that are hidden with the mask from visibility from the front side, and we also have 4 angled SATA ports. On the bottom row, from left to right, there are front HD audio connector, 2 ARGB 5V connectors, 2 USB 2.0 ports, 3 PWM fan headers, 1 more 8-pin NZXT fan header, and another front USB 3.0 connector and front panel connector for connecting the power buttons to this board. The BIOS here is a modified ASRock UEFI setup with the NZXT branding. It supports Expo and XMP profiles, it supports PBO curve optimizer settings of course, it supports fan tuning and curve settings for each fan header, it has RGB zone configurations directly from BIOS, and you can also disable the integrated VRM fan here in the BIOS if you don't need that. So there is no bloat here, no drama, just a clean navigation and everything works as expected, and it's a little bit too slimmed down from the ASRock BIOS. The NZXT CAM software works alongside this BIOS, and though you can get away without using it, but I recommend you do, since it's not resource heavy, so why not then? Because you will have every control from it. So here are some scores that I got running the Cinebench R23 here paired with the Ryzen 9 9950X3D. I got around 46,300 points, which is insane. So this was done with the negative 20 curve optimizer on all cores, still impressive. Memory scaling, SSD speeds, they were all pushing their limits and operating at maximum speed without any hiccups. Including the Gen 5 drive as well, which ran totally crazy. So basically what you're getting here is essentially the ASRock X870E Nova board dressed in the NZXT clean metal suit. Functionally looking, they are very similar, but the N9 has that visual edge, so if you're going for that NZXT ecosystem build, well, then this is the obvious choice. But there are some odd choices with this board, like no HDMI port for integrated graphics card. Some of us might use that integrated GPU for a secondary display or something like that. They removed the 5th NVMe slot that Nova board has. And strangely, the debug LED is off when you pass the post screen. On any other board, this remains as the temperature indicator, or at least there is an option in BIOS to turn this on or off. So again, missed feature here that is easily fixable via the future BIOS update. So at $499 it's not cheap, but you're getting latest features such as USB 4, PCIe Gen 5, Wi-Fi 7 and a fully spec'd out board, so it has the performance and the quality to justify that price. So if you like minimalism, full metal shrouds all over the board and smart layout decisions, well, this is one of the cleanest AM5 boards that you can get right now. But if you can live without the NZXT design or the extra aesthetics that this board brings, ASRock's Nova Wi-Fi X870E offers near identical functionality with one more NVMe slot and of course HDMI ports on the back. So that is it for now, guys. Hit like if this helped you, sub if you want more brutally honest yet chill tech reviews. And I'll catch you in another one with the Kraken 420 review.